Hey guys, today we are going to learn about event handling in Niagara. So basically what it does is it allows one particle emitter to talk to another particle emitter, and it can pass information like, hey, I have died, or hey, this is my location, or hey, I have just collided with a certain object. So to do that, we will create two emitters and then we'll create a Niagara system and we'll call those emitters in that. So first let me create the emitters. We'll create it from an existing emitter. Let's take say a fountain, and I'll call it fountain. I'll create another emitter which would be the receiving emitter. So I'll let us take it to be omnidirectional burst, and now we'll call it omnidirectional. And uh, we would also create a Niagara system. We'll create an empty system. This is fine. On this, I'm going to drag the fountain into the timeline as well as the omnidirectional system into the timeline. Now, let me just keep the fountain on. If you see the fountain system, as I play it, there are some particles emitting and they die after some time. Let me just take the life of this and reduce the life of this. It is about 1.65. Let's make it like 0.25, and the maximum life, let's make it 0.75. So now this system has a lesser life, and see that the particle just die. So what we are going to do is, as soon as these particles die, we will spawn this omnidirectional system. So these particles will tell the omnidirectional emitter, hey, I died, and the omnidirectional emitter would spawn itself. Let me just show it to you visually. So what we have is, this is our fountain system. It is going to send an event. Our particle B, which is the omnidirectional system, is going to receive the event and it's going to act accordingly. So how do we send an event and how do we receive an event? Before that, I would just turn this on, and I'd like to show you one little small thing that is with the omnidirectional particle is, you'll see that the omnidirectional particle always triggers itself at the beginning. You see that little keyframe, that is what is triggering it. So this keyframe I will just remove. We don't want the omnidirectional particle system to trigger by itself. I press delete on the keyboard and it is gone. And now you just have the fountain system working. So as we saw here, our fountain system is going to send an event and our omnidirectional system is going to receive the event. So to receive an event, before we send it, to receive an event, what we have to do is, you will see down here we have something called as event handler. So this is the part of the particle emitter which is going to receive that event. But before that we have to send the event. So we go to fountain, and in particle update, we would go to events and we would say generate a death event. So this is sending that event. We are going to generate it and it would be sent. So we generate the death event and you will see that a lot of error pops up. What those errors are, and if you see that in the Niagara log, or you could just, you know, it says it requires persistent IDs. So essentially, this event update thing is works on CPU based particle, doesn't work on GPU based particle. and you need what is known as a persistent ID. Every particle in a particle emit system has an ID. So that ID generally keeps on changing randomly, but we want them to be persistent. So you go to emitter properties and you would have something which says requires persistent IDs. Just turn it on and those errors should go away. And that is the last we have to worry about it. Nothing would have changed. You'll see that it is as same as it was before. However, now what has happened is we have added a generate death event here. Now let us receive that event. We go to omnidirectional and you see add event handler is there. So you click on this button here and here it is going to say source. Hey, where is this event going to come from? So you say from the fountain, I want you to receive the death event. Okay. Also, execution mode, rather than it acting on every particle, it should only act on spawn particles. And after this thing has died, how many particles should I spawn? So let me put it to something like 5. And that should work. No, it won't. So let us see what is happening. You see that it is emitting, however it is emitting at the base. Just so that it is clear, what I will do is for this omnidirectional particle, I will just change its color to like a bright red so that you can see. The particle seems to be emitting from here and not after those particles have died. So the thing that you have to add is you added a event handler, but you also need to add receive death event. So let's add that. You can inherit the velocity of the dying particles. We will not worry about that at the moment. That thing gets added over here. So you had the source as the fountain death event and now you have a receive death event. And that should make it work, and you can see as the particles die, just so that they keep on playing, what we'll do is for the omnidirectional system we would just go over here and say life cycle mode to be system, and now let's play. And as you see, as these fountain particles die, those particles are getting emitted. Just so that it is more clear, I'm going to go to the fountain particle system and I'm going to reduce the amount of particles spawned from 100 to like maybe 4 or something. And now you'll see that as they die, it emits the omnidirectional particle. Let's increase the omnidirectional particle spawn to a higher value, maybe like say 15. Let's see how it looks. That is a good way to make fireworks. So this was receiving the death event. Let us now see how we would receive a collision event. So again, it's the same thing in fountain. We have to send a generate death event. We have to, instead of that, we have to send a collision event. So I will go here. I just disabled the generate death event and I'm going to say generate a collision event. Same thing, some error, just say fix issue here, and then you also need to go down and say fix issue here. There is a collision parameter which is added. So that should take care of it. So now it is generating a collision event. Okay, and we need this fellow to receive that collision event. So in event handler, we would say, hey, read the collision event, and we will not receive the death event, but we will receive the collision event. And you won't see anything here because there is no collision happening. Just so that it is clear, I need to increase the life of this particle system. So let's make it 1.5 and 2.5 so that the particles go up and they are falling down here. And let me also increase the spawn rate to 50. So these particles are going up and falling, but we don't see this omnidirectional particles being emitted because there is no collision happening. For this to be seen, what we will do is we will drag our Niagara system into the scene, and now let's play. And here you should see that as these particles hit, the omnidirectional system is getting spawned. So this is the collision event. Let's now try the position event. So we'll do the same thing. Let me just delete it from here. So again we will come to the fountain, and this time we will disable, we also need to disable the collision, and then we will also disable the generate collision event, and instead we would add the generate location event. Okay. In our omnidirectional thing, we have to receive that event. So we will go here, and instead of the collision event, we are going to receive the event. You can see something is going crazy here. I will turn off the collision, and I am going to add an event here, which is receive location event, and this is working correctly. I will just adjust the settings so that it is more clear as to what is happening here. Let us reduce the spawn rate to like 4 again, and let us also reduce the omnidirectional spawn to a lesser number, like say 5. And now you'll see that as the position of the fountain particles update, the omnidirectional particle also gets emitted. Just so that it is clear, let us reduce the spawn amount. Spawn number, let me just reduce it to say 2. And now you see this nice effect. So that is basically event handler. Particle 1 sends an event, either a death event, a collision event, or a position event. Particle B receives it and it spawns. That is event handlers at its simplest. If you have any queries and questions, please write it in the comments below. Like and subscribe.